We begin tonight with 9 on Your Side continuing coverage.
With the work that we've completed, and as well as the county attorney's office, the right person is where they need to be.
David Watson is behind bars awaiting trial. The ex-Tucson fire captain is charged with 3 cold case murders. Deputies say he's responsible for the deaths of his ex-wife, Linda Watson, her mother, Marilyn Cox, and family friend, Renee Farnsworth. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Stella Inger. A day after the Pima County Sheriff's Department released hundreds of new documents, Justin Schecker sat down with the lead investigator in a story you'll only see on 9. Justin.
Well, Guy and Stella, Detective Mark Odell tells me the unraveling of David Watson's alibi by his second wife in 2007 and the identification of Linda Watson's remains in 2011 are only 2 pieces of a complex puzzle.
There isn't one specific item that just smacks you in the face and says this is why David Watson did it.
Pima County Sheriff's deputies have searched the Jeep David Watson drove at the time his ex-wife Linda Watson vanished in 2000.
Certain chemical tests were conducted.
Was any DNA in that Jeep ever linked to Linda?
I can't comment on that right now.
Reports released this week reveal Watson owned a 9mm handgun, the same type of gun identified as the murder weapon from the double shooting in 2003.
That firearm has never been found and has never been seized.
And yet on April 25th of this year, cold case investigator Mark Odell says detectives had enough pieces of the puzzle to charge and arrest the ex-Tucson fire captain.
It's standing back and looking at the entire picture.
Part of that picture, Odell says, are parallels in Watson's life from when Linda disappeared and when Marilyn Cox and Renee Farnsworth were shot dead.
It's a mirror of what was going on in 2000 to 2003.
Watson and his ex-wife Linda were engaged in a court battle about custody of their daughter in August 2000.
Somehow, some way, it's becoming a hardship, but it's a pain to him.
3 years later, child custody created tension between Watson and Linda's mother.
She wants to have unsupervised visitation with her granddaughter, and it's something that Mr. Watson at that time could not. He had no control over it.
Some details of this triple murder investigation, Detective Odell would still not discuss.
Once we start going to trial, everybody's going to have a much better or much clearer picture of why and how we came to the conclusion that we did.
No trial date has been set, but once it begins, Odell says he expects prosecutors to call in 20 witnesses. Many are named in these newly released documents. While the medical examiner ruled Linda's death a homicide, Watson's attorneys will argue it's still unknown how she died. Guy, Stella.